Sports, I'm Rajni Raut. I hope you can hear me well because there's a lot of sound around me. Of course, I'm outside of the Arun Jaitley Stadium. It's India versus Namibia in India's second fixture in the T20 World Cup. Joining me today is Shomik Chakrabarti from Colombo, Bharat Ramraj, and Ashok Nambudiri. If Shomik or anyone else would have been the person on ground, I would have said, I'll go to you first, so I'll go to myself first. Let me tell you about the mood. Here we go. Let me turn the camera around and show you guys what it looks like over here. Because everyone thought that because it's Namibia, that there wouldn't be much demand when it comes to tickets. But it's a completely different story here at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Obviously, even though we love our cricket, Arun Jaitley doesn't get as many international games. It gets a lot of, IPL games, of course. But the Delhi crowd is pretty passionate about their cricket. And with India playing the hot favorites of the tournament, there will always be demand no matter what. But John, I'll go to you now. Sanju Samson opening the innings from what we've heard. Abhishek Sharma not well at the moment, even though Tilak Verma and Ryan have said that he will be fine. But at this point, I think it's more likely that Abhishek Sharma will be rested and Sanju gets his time under the light.
Yeah, Gargi, if Abhishek Sharma is not playing, which means he absolutely cannot play. Because if you are even 85%, the team would have played him. Because his position, Abhishek Sharma is one position, his position in this team is sacrosanct. Irrespective of the opposition, irrespective of the condition, his position is sacrosanct, and he is one of the untouchables in this team. Because without Abhishek Sharma, India become half the team they are. So, if he were 85%, he would have played. That he was saying that he is not playing, which means that he simply cannot take the field. He still needs a bit of time for his recovery. And on Sunday, he is going to play a very crucial role, because his role up front will be very, very important.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Shomik. I have someone very special here with me. क्या लगता है संजू सैमसन ओपन करेंगे?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल मैम, आज संजू सैमसन जो है आज कम बैक करेंगे और आज उनके बंदे से 100 देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि उनको टीम में कम बैक करना है। वो भगवान ने उनको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी, खराब हो गई, इसलिए क्योंकि उनका टीम में कम बैक होने वाला है। और मैं चाहता हूँ भाऊ आज क्या नाम है 100 मार के टीम में अपनी वापसी करें। इंडिया कम ऑन इंडिया, लेट्स प्ले।
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yes, Shomik.
Was that Shudhir?
No. Someone else.
Okay.
None of the super fans. He's someone I don't know.
No, he painted his body in Shudhir style, so I was a bit confused.
He even painted his mustache. That's some dedication.
But once again, coming back to that Abhishek Sharma thing, Gargi, as you said, he is not playing, which means he simply cannot take the field. He is going to be very, very important on Sunday. Yes, against Namibia, it doesn't matter whether you play Sanju Samson, whether you play Abhishek Sharma, whoever you play, you are going to win this game. But even the last 2 days, India trained under lights, and that was focusing on the Colombo game. That every drill over the last 2 days focused on the Colombo game, the game against Pakistan, not Namibia. Namibia was just, they will have to play as per the itinerary. They will have to turn up for this game. That is, but clearly the sights are set on February 15, and the last 2 days, everything was focused on the Colombo game. So from that point of view, I hope he recovers fast, Abhishek Sharma, because India badly need him. Pakistan have a very good bowling lineup, and Pakistan's batting is not good. Pakistan's batting is iffy, but they have a good bowling lineup, and India need him, Abhishek, up front. So wish him, wish that he will have a quick recovery, and he will be firing on all cylinders on Sunday.
Ashok, one of the telling signs, and Shomik is right when you say that all attention is on Colombo at this moment. Because really, if you look at these 2 practice sessions that you have, usually on match day -1, when it's optional practice session, these many players do not show up. it was an extension of practice ahead of Colombo because the team will travel tomorrow morning, which gives them only 1 day to 1 day to sort of train, which will also be between the match and the travel day. So it might just be an optional practice session. But at the same time, I'll tell you two telling signs of this. One, Ishan Kishan yesterday, day before yesterday, when the whole team was there for the practice, when he got into the net, he asked for a left arm pacer from the local, bowlers that had come there in the net. So that gives you one sign that he's preparing for Shaheen Shah Afridi. The other part is the fact that these Delhi pitches, especially the practice pitches, have been prepared as such that they are a bit too paced. They are slow and low. So it kind of gives you that, the preparation for Colombo as well. So these are the two signs that tell you that India is all but focusing on their on the Colombo match. And this is, of course, a process. But at the same time, all sides are set on Colombo.
Oh yes, undoubtedly all sides are set on Colombo. I think I agree completely with Shamik that Pakistan's bowling strength is actually quite strong. On the batting side, I think one could argue potentially that it's skewed too much in favor of Saibzada Farhan, and perhaps there is, to that extent, it may be right, because in terms of the strike rates, if you see, he's the only one who's got a 150, 160 kind of a strike rate. All the others are in the region of 113 to 115. While if you look at the Indian top six, they are tending towards 150. And so, that apart, I think there is no doubt that in the opening matches, India is very clear that it doesn't matter. These are all small tactical experiments, maybe injury-led, maybe to give backups a chance to go out there and get some game time. But they're very clear in their minds that they are looking towards the match on Sunday. Both the points that you mentioned, practicing again under the lights, as well as, looking at the slowness of the pitch, these are clear indicators that they would be in their minds calibrating whatever they are practicing as well as the matches towards that match against Pakistan. And, now that all the political blustering is out of the way and the match is going to happen, it's like a recalibration and it's like a focus back onto the players. And one can imagine the kind of pressure that they would be under as well. There's no denying that. And so if you look at the way Pakistan has come up and played up in the last couple of matches, it's not going to be that easy. And therefore, it's important that they put in that application for sure. Tagi?
There are a few interesting comments here, and I'd like to take that. Bharat, take this one. True Wicket here is saying Tim Seifert and Finn Allen and Joss Butler and Phil Salt are more dangerous as openers than openers of the other sides. What are your thoughts on this?
Yes, you can see it in both ways. Yes, Seifert and Allen played really well against Afghanistan, and Allen is someone who has really done well in the Big Bash League as well. And Seifert is someone I think who has changed his technique a little bit. At least his bat lift, he has changed it compared to 2021 World Cup. If you notice, it seems like he's kind of imitated Faf du Plessis' bat lift. Yes, he's someone, I think he's improved his game, his pyrotechnics. So they're a dangerous pair if they get going, but I still want to see how they will go against a top quality side in Big Bash League. Some of the games that I saw, the pitches were really flat, where Finn Allen was going great guns, but against a good bowling lineup. Let us see what they will do. As far as Butler and Salt, I have an issue with Butler at present. I don't think he's the player that he used to be. He still has that wisdom of experience, but in the game against West Indies, he definitely didn't look like the Joss Butler that I watched since the 2010 50 over, which tournament was that? I don't remember. A domestic tournament in England over the 15 years. I've seen Joss Butler. This 2026 version of Joss Butler doesn't look like the same player to me. So I have a question mark or two on that. So if Abhishek Sharma gets going, if he comes back to full fitness in this particular tournament itself, if he's able to recover completely and alongside Ishan Kishan, if they get going, then they might surpass this too. I'm just saying it because the 2026 version of Joss Butler doesn't look like the Joss Butler of old. Yes, I'm maybe I'm talking too much here because he has the wisdom of experience. And the next game, who knows, he might come in and blast 60 of 25 balls, and I will look like a fool.
There is another question here. Let's interact with our viewers a little bit, because rarely do we get to take so many of these comments. Abhay here is saying, why is Rinku ahead of Aksar, where Rinku is having a strike rate of 110 against Finn by Aksar? But Aksar has a really good game to build partnerships. DG must have some proper plan when it comes to collapses, not blind batting order. Your thoughts on this?
No, Rinku Singh, it has been decided by the Indian team management that Rinku Singh is the team's designated finisher. They will not tinker with his batting order. Akshar Patel, on the other hand, is a floater in this batting lineup. Going ahead, if in one of the matches, if you see him coming out to bat at number 4 or number 5, don't get surprised. Akshar is the floater in this batting order, while Rinku is the designated finisher. Like the openers, you don't tinker with the position of your designated finisher, and they will not tinker that. Given before this series, India played against New Zealand and South Africa. Basically, towards the end of that bilateral series against South Africa and New Zealand, unfortunately, Tilak Verma missed out because of the injury. But against South Africa, they decided some of the batting positions, because earlier Gautam Gambhir had said, except openers, there are no permanent batting orders in T20 format. That was Gautam Gambhir 6 months back or 4 months back, whatever it is. Now, what we saw during this, from the South Africa series onwards, that the two openers will be there, followed by Tilak Verma. They will not change Tilak Verma's position, and Surya at number 4. Though the top four is fixed, and then you come to the match situations. If there is a collapse, Akshar might come. Otherwise, you have this guy Hardik Pandya who can come and clear the boundaries. So, but then again, there is some stability, which is a good sign. Because we have been complaining for so long. We had been complaining about Gautam Gambhir's team don't have the stability, and the stability factor, especially in Test cricket, that lack of stability hurt India big time. But gradually here, coming towards the World Cup, India, Gautam Gambhir, or the team management combined, they have taken the decision to make the batting order a lot more stable, which is a good sign.
And Soumik, I think one of those stability factors that we talk about is Tilak Verma. And yesterday, the way he spoke about his role in the press conference, I think was very. It made things clear for those who are looking in from the outside and trying to understand in this setup where the management has been so clear about the fact that the openers are the only solid position. Everyone from 3 to 8 can bat anywhere in the order. So you it gets you thinking, so what is the plan here? But the way that Tilak Verma spoke about his role yesterday, saying that there's no dearth of power hitting, there's no dearth of aggressive batters. And in this setup, there is someone who will have to put their hand up and say, okay, I will stabilize the innings. I will slow down my game a little bit deliberately so that you can go out there and hit and play freely. And I think that was one of the most mature, or rather, one of the nicest things that you can come out and say and give the journalists an insight into what's really going on when it comes to the management. There is a super chat here.
But yeah. Gargi, just before going to the super chat, Tilak Verma, he had whatever he said, it is like that standard playbook. He said the same thing in November, and if he comes to a press conference in May, he will say the same thing. What I am still struggling to figure out since yesterday evening, why on earth during a press conference and indoors he wore a colored glass? I couldn't figure out the reason. Why did he wear a colored glass? I don't know the reason. I don't know whether you asked him about the reason.
Shamik, you see, because I was standing so close to him, I could see that the glasses, the actual lenses, were not as tinted as maybe the glasses that you wore inside the stadium would be. So you could actually see through it. Style. We all love to look good. So I think Tilak Verma felt needed a little bit of confidence boost, put those glasses on, and thought, now I'll take on the media and their questions. But here we go. The super chat here by Abhi Sharma. He's saying, "Good work, guys. Jai Hind, and how's the weather in Delhi?" The weather is nice. It's pleasant. It's not as cold as it was a couple of days ago on match day -2. But at the same time, now the temperature has started to drop, which is making me, question how much of a factor dew will be in this game. But if there is the kind of dew that we had seen in match day -2, Ashok, and I had posted pictures and we had done shows as well, where I showed you guys the picture of the dew on the ground. Do you think? What do you think the toss? How much of a decisive factor will it play?
I think, if you're talking about that condition that we have described about, the dew will be an impact. Of course, it may not really be of much consequence in this particular match, but given the conditions that you have described, I think it would definitely be an issue for the team bowling second, and that's something that we'll have to wait and see as to what happens. That's my take. But I thought that given the early reading of the sun having come out and the temperatures being on a high, I thought the impact was going to be far lower today. Gargi?
All right. There's another question here. Where did it go? Okay, yes. True Wicket is saying, big day for Rinku if he plays. He looked really scratchy against USA with 6 of 14. What does he need to do right now? See, I've been watching Rinku Singh bat for the past couple of days, and he's been clean hitting like a beast. He's been putting the shots out of the park, in the stand, all over the ground. So I don't see any issue with Rinku Singh's batting at the moment. There's no issue with the technique. I would not call him scratchy. But Bharat, your thoughts? Rinku Singh in the team, and it'll be one of his moments to shine if he gets batting.
Yeah, there is a school of thought. I'm not saying it is right, but there is a school of thought. He's not the best starter against spin, somewhere in the middle overs. That's what I've heard. That he doesn't pick the length early against spin bowlers. That could be true. And there are certain fast bowlers who try to bowl the heavy ball, as you basically call it, as hit the deck fast bowling. Try to get that little bit of bounce, so that let us cramp him for a little bit of room, or let us try to cramp him when it comes to freeing his arms. See, he's the kind of player who likes to take a little bit of time. When he gets going somewhere in the slog overs, that is when he picks out, I think, the right kind of bowler against whom, where he can press the accelerator pedal and then get going. That's what basically Rinku Singh's game is. So sometimes when he scratches around, scores 5 of 10 balls or whatever, and is not able to get through that particular tricky situation, then I think it doesn't go well for him. I think that is one problem, because it takes a little bit of time to get going, and then obviously in the slog overs he gets going. I think that could be the only issue with Rinku Singh. I just wanted to add a point. Actually forgot to say it the last time around about Jose Butler. The match that I was referring to was the 2011 the listed tournament final, where Jose Butler cracked that brilliant 86. I'm also forgetting a few things, so maybe I'm getting a little bit older.
Somit, I want to talk about Jasprit Bumrah now. Ryan and Dostat at match day -2, he says that Jasprit Bumrah, because he was ill, hadn't bowled for 10 days. What we've seen in the past 2 days is, day before yesterday, he bowled a full steam bowling session, 45 minutes. Yesterday, he bowled close to an hour, more than 45 minutes. He looks good. Everyone says that he's absolutely fine, 100% fit. Is it his time to come back tonight, get some game time, and then, of course, he'll be one of the most important factors in Colombo as well?
Yes, just Bumrah will play, Gargi. Bumrah will play, and even without playing, and even without any game time for the last 10 days, that Yorker came that made Ishan Kishan hop, right? That pinpoint Yorker that landed on Ishan Kishan's toe. So Bumrah doesn't need the game time. Bumrah is someone, he's so natural, and Bumrah is Bumrah. I don't judge Bumrah. I mean, through the scale of lesser mortals. There are good cricketers, there are average cricketers, there are good cricketers, there are excellent cricketers. Bumrah is different. Bumrah is an all-time great. And when we talk about all-time great, we judge them on a different scale. Someone like Kapil Dev, we judged him on a different scale. Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, we judged them on a different scale. Similarly, we judge Jasprit Bumrah on a different scale. So, and you were there, Gargi, and you reported it that Bumrah Yorker landing on Ishan Kishan's toe. Thankfully, I mean, it was just a bruise. It was just a bruise, and it was not a serious injury. It was not a. It was not a. Literally, it was not a toe crusher. So thankfully, then that's good for India. But Bumrah is Bumrah. You know, this morning I was having a conversation, private chat with a Pakistani journalist, a friend, and we are talking about Sahibzada Farhan. That Sahibzada Farhan is in good nick over in the last two matches against India. He played well. His response was, "See, bhai, बुमराह बुमराह रिदम में हो तो साहिबजादा फरहान को 2 गेंदों में ले सकते हैं." That was his response. So that is the respect Bumrah commands even from the rivals. So that's it. He will play. We'll have overs under his belt before going to Colombo.
I'll give you a funny anecdote here on Jasprit Bumrah. So Bumrah, in the past couple of days, has been absolutely on fire. He's been trying his yorkers and bouncers on every India batter out there. And yesterday it happened that Rinku Singh was yesterday, or was it a day before? I'm not recalling exactly. But Rinku Singh was in the nets. Rinku Singh was batting, and Jasprit Bumrah was going absolutely crazy with his yorkers. And at that point, Rinku Singh was so scared that he was letting go of the deliveries. He was moving away from the stumps and let the yorkers hit the stumps because he was so scared. After some time, when Rinku Singh finished his practice, he came out, and the media desks are, very close to where the dressing room is. So he sort of made his way away from the dressing room, came to the media, and started saying something along the lines of, "Oh, he's trying to hit me today. I am going to leave every single ball. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm so scared of facing his yorkers, and he's bowling every single ball on my foot, and I'm so scared." And that's what was happening. Rinku Singh was leaping yorkers that were on the stump. So that tells you how charged up Jasprit Bumrah is. And there were a few moments when Jasprit Bumrah was trying his bouncers on Sanju Samson, on some of the other players as well. And obviously they were struggling against it. And all of the journalists were like, "Oh my God, Jasprit Bumrah is going to injure every single batter in this team." So that's how charged up, Jasprit Bumrah is. But Ashok, your thoughts?
In all this argument that Jasprit Bumrah is a generational player and that the yardstick to judge him and the yardstick to measure him is very different, like Shamik said, I think we forget the fact that he makes bowling yorkers look so simple. Earlier on the 5 o'clock show, Bharat was there, and we were talking about the match where West Indies was taking on England. And the West Indies team had relied their faith on Shamar Joseph towards the death overs to come in and bowl those deliveries. And, the analysis that showed up, it was tough for landing that Yorker. It's not that easy as it looks. And for Bumrah to come and do it and make it child's play is just, a reflection of the talent that he brings to the table. Quite clearly, what also happens for the Indian bowling attack is that when they hunt in pairs, when Bumrah and Arshdeep are bowling, Bumrah actually puts on the pressure on the batsman, and that enables Arshdeep to go and get the wickets at times, which perhaps explains why in the power play overs the combination works better than an individual player. Gargi?
Okay, there's a comment here. Someone is asking about Hardik Pandya. Where did it go? I hope. Vaibhav Taragi is saying, "I hope our clutch boy Pandya hits some big sixes today. Just looking a bit off color. We need him in knockouts." Vaibhav, I'll tell you something. Hardik Pandya looks anything but off color. Anything. Day before yesterday, I don't know what came over Hardik Pandya. He bowled for close to an hour. Then he came back in the nets and batted for 2 hours straight. And for 2 hours straight, he hit every single delivery out of the stands. So that tells you how charged up Hardik Pandya is as well. And we were all standing there. The media is basically running for cover at that point because he's hitting sixes all around the park. The balls are going outside in the stands, outside of the stands, and it tells you just how good Hardik Pandya looks. He does not look off color at all. Yesterday he did not come for practice because obviously day before yesterday he had such a long session. He took some high catches as well. So Hardik Pandya looks really, really good. Bharat, your thoughts on Pandya and the kind of important role that he plays in this team? He really is the kind of player that binds this team together.
Yeah, first of all, he has so much experience. Even if he fails in a game or two, he has the kind of experience where he can draw upon and find his form back. That is the main factor to look at. Every player in this, especially in this T20 format, will fail at some point of time. So one has to accept that. And definitely, Hardik Pandya expect him to come good again. See, the main point to look at with Hardik Pandya is not exactly his batting. Yes, he's a very good power hitter, as I understand that, and at times he has come really good. But it is his bowling that really balances the side when Hardik Pandya is bowling really well, because he has that ability to bowl that hard length, that heavy ball. He can stay on back of length and just keep the batter quiet. That is something that you don't see in the as far as the Indian domestic cricket is concerned. Whatever pace bowling all rounders you have, they don't have the skills to bowl the hard length, and that includes Nitish Reddy, and that is why Hardik Pandya is such an integral part of India's limited over sides. Because in T20 cricket, you need this kind of defensive bowlers who can bowl back of length, stay there, and hit higher up on the splice of the willow. So that is something that Hardik Pandya does really well with the ball in hand. So and I think that is why he balances the side really well.
Am I back?
Could be.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. We can hear. Yeah, just wanted to say
Can
one
you
more
guys hear
line.
me?
Yeah, we can hear.
No? Can you
Yeah, we
guys
can
hear me? Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Great. I
I
don't
can
know what
hear you,
happened to my
Gargi.
phone.
No,
I
I
don't know
can
what
hear
happened
you.
to my phone. Yeah. But yes, the question that I was asking was, Shomik, we're only 3 minutes away from the toss. Do you think India goes in and if they win the toss, they bat first because you want to get some time with the bat?
Let's see. In the first game, they batted first. In the first game, I don't think they would mind batting first in this game also, because you never know. Uh, Premadasa could be a bat first game. Premadasa, the game against Pakistan could be a bat first game. Although India have the wherewithal, whether it is for Pakistan, the template is very easy. Pakistan, if Pakistan chase, they have very little chance to upset India, because they don't have a batting lineup that has Shadab Khan at number 6. You can understand the batting lineup, the brittleness of that batting lineup. It is a reason why Babar Azam is still playing. Because if you look at this Salman Agha and others, they don't inspire confidence. I am not trying to disrespect anyone. What I saw over the two games, I'm I'm passing my judgment based on that. I'm absolutely not trying to disrespect anyone. And now it is top heavy. They will need Shahibzada Farhan to give them a very good power play. So from that point of view, their only chance is to bat first, somehow put around 170 runs on the board, and bring their bowlers into play. But India are more well-rounded. They have better skill sets and everything. But the way Colombo pitch is playing out, it could be a bat first game. And maybe, I don't think India won't mind batting first here as well. I don't know how the Kotla pitch is. And the dew factor is also, because the pictures you sent, Gargi, from the practice sessions, it was dew was wreaking havoc, in fact. So they will take those into consideration. But I think I will not be surprised. I don't know, because I cannot read Surya's mind. But I will not be surprised if Surya, if he wins the toss and elects to bat first.
I know it's gotten really dark suddenly, and I would have walked over to where the light is, but actually Rohit is standing right next to me. His phone has gone off. I'm giving him hotspot. So we kind of can't move from our places right now. That's what we do at Rev Sports. Teamwork, right? Okay. Let's see some more comments. Pitmonkey saying Namibia team कह रही होगी बुमराह को हमारे against ही fit होना था. 2 wicket is saying, what do you guys make of the comment by Bhanuka Rajapaksha? What did he say? I'm not sure what Bhanuka said here.
He
Do you
said
know
he said something on the lines that Indians have kind of bats where there is an extra layer of rubber around those lines, and that is getting from some kind of manufacturers, Indian manufacturers, that others can't get. Basically, that's what he said. Extra layer of rubber.
No, but he came back to clarify that it was more of a technical comment. That the bats today are more sophisticated, and he had to, he quickly stepped in to clarify that he was not saying that Indians have an edge with bats which are special or anything of that kind.
I think he was trying to do damage control there. That's what I do believe.
Damage control.
Going by initial comment.
True, but a spin-off of this is, Gargi, is that just to build on what Shamik said earlier, I think after a long time, we've got a team which can go out there and say, we will bat first, we will score that 170, we will score the 200, we will score the 250, come chase us if you can, and then get them out, and therefore, I think, notwithstanding the conditions, and, Shamik talked about the Premadasa wicket being a batting first wicket. But I think the disposition of the Indian team starting out would be to bat first and post a total that will, really put the opposition onto the back foot.
All right. Does anyone have the toss update by any chance? I heard the crowd go really loud. So does anyone have the toss update?
I'm keeping an eye, Gargi. If I get anything, as soon as I get anything, I will let you know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Ravi Shastri is with the mic. Ravi Shastri is with the mic, and the captains are there. And just Surya will flip the coin. So let's see what happens. But meanwhile, Gargi, if you can tell us a bit about the Kotla pitch, how you looked at it. I mean, based on your observation over the last 2 days, how do you think it will play?
Classic Delhi wicket. In fact, I think it's the kind of nature that we've seen from the Delhi wicket is always a little bit too paced. It's always slow and low. That's what the practice wickets have also looked like. There's a bit of uneven bounce as well when it comes to the practice pitches. But at the same time, I have been talking to some of the DDCS staff here. I have been talking to people who
Surya
have spent a lot of time.
Surya has lost the toss. Namibia has won the toss, and I will let you know the decision they have taken. Gerard Erasmus has won the toss. I'm just waiting for his decision.
They will ball first. They're bowling first.
All right, bowling first. So that's the toss update. We don't have the team yet. We're waiting for the team to come out. Maybe anyone who's watching the broadcast will be able to hear what Surya Kumar Yadav is saying and maybe tell us if there are any changes in the squad. Obviously, the one that we're expecting the most is Abhishek Sharma not playing and Sanju Samson coming in place of them. Namibia choose to field. That's what everyone is saying in the comment section. We'll wait another minute or so.
And once again, Gargi, it is down to the due factor for Namibia. I think that is the reason why they have elected to field. It's David versus Goliath. It's David versus Goliath, and basically pitch factor, due factor, those are redundant in this game. But once again, Namibia would like to use the best of the conditions, and it's very logical and it's very fair.
Yes. And surprisingly, the team is still not here yet. I'm just waiting for...
Surya is in conversation with Ravi Shastri. So you'll get the team in about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably why we don't have it yet. As soon, till the time Surya Kumar Yadav doesn't confirm the changes, we don't get the playing sheet in the BCCI group. So That's what it is. We'll wait for it. We'll discuss on the playing 11 and then we'll take your lead because I also have to make my way inside and it's getting pretty dark here. I'm surprised. This is my, usual spot to do lives. And I
Abhishek
swear
Sharma
to
is
God, there used to be a light here.
just one thing. Abhishek Sharma is still not fine. He will get a game or two, is Surya Kumar Yadav is saying.
So, sorry, can you repeat, Bharat?
Abhishek is still not fine. He will get a game or two, is saying Surya Kumar Yadav.
Okay.
Sanju comes
so,
in. Sanju comes in.
Of course, that's what we expected.
Another one
My
is
God,
Right.
if Abhishek Sharma is ruled out against Pakistan also, then there is a bit of a concern. I will not say it's a big blow, but then there is a bit of a concern because Sanju Samson low on confidence against Shaheen Shah Afridi. If Salman Mirza plays that game, Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh, Akshar Patel, Arshdeep Singh, Varun Chakravarti and Jasprit Bumrah. That is the Indian playing 11.
All right. So that's a pretty expected playing 11 here, but a little bit concerning that Abhishek Sharma. I think it's a precautionary thing. Did Surya Kumar say that he's still not okay yet? Is that what happened? Or is he just saying that he's been rested because of the illness?
He's still not fine, he's saying. Abhishek is still not fine.
He's still not fine, which is very concerning because the India versus Pakistan game happens in the next 2 days. So that is very concerning. And India does also have travel in the middle. So one travel day for the Indian team. Hopefully Abhishek will be able to come back. Final predictions from everyone. Ashok, let's start with you. Give me percentage.
I'm unable to match your prowess at percentages, but quite frankly, I think the percentages in today's match are not going to be that critical. I would rather put a percentage on Sanju Samson coming good. I mean, to my mind, that is a more indicative thing and more, indicative of what India will be looking to. And on that, I would say that it would be given the performance at the nets that we saw earlier yesterday. I think I would put it at a 70-30.
Bharat, let's take. I'm going to steal Ashok's idea and ask you what is the percentage that Sanju Samson scores a 50 tonight?
Scores of 50. That's difficult. Maybe 75% against and 25% for, because it's definitely not in good form. But still, it's not exactly a big side. So maybe I can give it 30% to Samson. Chances of him scoring a 50. But I just have to add one line on Namibia as well because you have not said a word on them. I think I have a lot of admiration for the way Namibia go about their business. They're a very plucky side with the likes of Freiling, Lofty Eaton, Erasmus, Smith, Trumpelman, the left armer, Scholes. I like the way they play. Hopefully, they can at least bring their best cricket and show it to the Indian fans why some of them who follow Namibia call them as a very plucky side in their world of associates.
Yeah. Shomik, your thoughts? What are the chances of Sanju Samson scoring a 50?
50.28%.
All right. So he had his answer ready. He was doing the math already while the rest of you answered. But thank you so much, Shomik, Bharat, and Ashok for joining. We'll be back very soon. Don't forget to join us at the end of the game. We'll be back. Hopefully, Sanju Samson goes out there, gets some good rhythm on his bat because at this point, from what Surya Kumar Yadav is saying, Abhishek Sharma, it's a little bit concerning when it comes to his participation in the India versus Pakistan game. Thank you so much. We'll be back very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.